This conference will now be recorded.
Uh, Let me know, guys, when you can see my screen. Can you guys see it?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, welcome back, folks. So this is our third day in our training. So today, I just want to spice things up. Let's dwell on the Excel planning views this day. How we can create different types of planning views and what all options we have in here and how we can customize these planning views and different functionalities in it. And Excel planning view would be the day-to-day thing. This is I mean, after the product has gone live, this is what planners will do. They open their planning views, the planning views that we have configured for them. So as I discussed, we can create a set of planning views and can assign it to the planners, so they can open the planning views that are assigned to them, or they can also create on their own if they're aware of the configuration and stuff. So and obviously, as a consultant, we have to train them on how to create planning views. First we have to come up with the initial list of Excel planning views, and only the super users, or the managerial people, I think they will be creating their own views, etc. But even for them, we have to train them. But initially we have to come up with an entire list of planning views, and then mm, you have to take all the requirements. The requirements could be it could be from a formatting requirement, or it could be the structure of the planning view, and etc. So we have to and then so in all the projects that I have seen, we spend a great deal of time on creating these Excel planning views. Then we show them to the business. We go back and forth in changing them, updating them, coming up with different formattings and colors, and even the sequence of the key figures, at what level they have to be, whether it's a brand level or at a SKU level, or is it a monthly report or a daily or a weekly. And once we have finalized that, and we have to come up with a list that, okay, supply planners, we have to create like 5 Excel templates, and demand planners we need to have 3 templates. And for the S&OP managers, or for the executives, we have to come up with the different Excel planning views, and then we have to assign it to them. So this will be done during the configuration itself, right? So when the configuration is getting done, and when we write the test scripts also, for any particular scenario. For example, you're writing a script for demand planning activity. So when we are writing the scripts, we have to get into the planning view level. Now, for example, we have to write that, okay, first log in into the Excel interface, and then pick up this Excel template name, monthly demand planning. So and that the planning view has to be displayed, and then there would be specific conditions that the business would want to also test on the Excel planning views, that okay, the resultant, like the final result of the demand planning activity, let's say it is consensus demand plan, and then the requirement could be that the consensus demand plan has to be highlighted in a particular formatting. And then even the way the data type gets displayed, etc. So we used to go to that detail, and we used to write them in the test scripts, so that the planners, I mean the normal end users, they don't want to reinvent the wheel. They just want to stick to what Excel planning views are already created, so they just pick them up, and then they do their job. But whereas the super users, or the SMEs, or etc., so they would be coming up with the different customizable planning views and etc. Right. So yeah, important topic. So let's focus on this. Yeah, what is agenda? There's just want to write in front of you guys. So agenda for today is we'll see how we can proceed with this. First, we'll see the creation of a planning view. So mm, this I would say without formatting, I'll say so. This would be with formatting. And we'll try to see the planning view functionalities and then like what else we can see the local member. Are you guys familiar with this terminology, local member? Has anyone heard about it?
Yeah, I heard in the BPC. So,
Okay, who's this?
Madhu.
Hey, hi Madhu. Yes, yeah, we have the because it's on EPM, so yeah, all the traditional EPM functionalities also gets extended on this. So yeah, we'll see how to create a local member. um, and yeah, we'll stick to this. There are a lot to cover in the planning views, so for now we'll say this. And just to have a recap, guys, um last 2 days we have spent some time on the on like what all topics we spent upon. So on day one we have seen the control tower. Inside the control tower we have seen the analytics app. So we have seen how to create the charts, and then how to create drill downs and inside the chart, and then we have seen types of charts and other options inside it, right? So this is what we have done on day one. Day two, what we have done, we have looked into
Alerts.
the alerts. Yes, so they are the, I will say, custom alerts. Let's use the terminological custom alerts, because there are two kinds of alerts discussed. Types. One is a key figure alert, and then there is a web-based end user configured alerts. And we have seen how to create an alert definition, and then how to subscribe them. And we have seen an important thing called as a case management, right? So if I put an alert with a particular condition, the condition will be applied onto the entire planning set that you have inside your planning area. And then whenever the condition matches on the existing planning data, system throws up an alert. And we can see that in the alert overview. So you remember there's another app called alert overview. So just come up with the definitions that you want, or define those definitions, save them, make sure that they are active. And every day you just open your custom alert overview, and then see how many alerts are there, how many are high, how many are medium, how many are low. It also gives you a number of high alerts, a number of medium alerts, etc., medium priority alerts. Click on that number. It will take you to the entire alert details. You'll see the list of the details in it. For example, if yesterday the example that we have seen is there is a marketing forecast is less than 90% of the sales forecast. So that definition was applied onto the entire planning data. Three customers, the alert has been coming in, the eBay and other customers. So you can go and snooze out an alert for a particular customer. uh, if you want, you can dwell more into it. You for that you create a case onto it. So we have seen like the case management there. So I create a case, I assign it to a particular person or to a group of persons, so that the group can work on that alert, and then they will try to bring that down. and then we can also record the decisions. That is another kind of a beauty in it. So in a way, increasing the collaboration and the transparency, right? That is what SAP is stressing upon. If you're with IBP, the collaboration and the transparency increases multifold. So we have seen that in the alert also. If you're doing anything on it with changing a value, the user is free to go and put a comment on there and then save it. The comment gets saved onto the HANA database. He can take the snapshots of like what is my earlier alert value. Now I did something, maybe adjusted a value, maybe ran a forecasting algorithm again, etc., etc. What is my new value? Again, I'll take a snapshot of it, so that way I can keep a track on how my values are changing. So that is all alert to action. That's our day two. And today we'll focus on the planning views. Okay, first let's get these the definitions correctly. So the first thing is it's a user defined data report, and it allows you to view, edit, and share information directly from the application database, HANA database, and save it back to the database. So you fetch the data, you see the data, like fetch the marketing forecast for these 10 customers, view the data, do the changes, save it onto the HANA database, and disconnect from the server connection so that other users also can see the updated values. So once the planning view has been created, as I told, that they can be stored locally as a simple Microsoft Excel data files. And then you can share it with the other users. You know let's just drop an email and then attach this Excel sheet onto them. So the Excel sheet is like, you're just logging into the IBP system, fetching all the data, and fetching the way you want, the level you want, the granularity you want, and then also do some formatting onto it, disconnect from the system, and use save that file as a simple Excel file, and then use it for other purposes. So let me log on to the IBP system now. I'm opening Excel.
Hi, this is Murli. I just joined the session today. May I know who's this?
Hey, hi. Hello, Murli.
Hi.
Thanks for joining. I'm the trainer of the IBB course.
Okay.
Um, so we just started. This is the third day. Um, didn't get
May
into
I know
the
your
actual. Yeah,
May I know your name? What?
yeah. My name is Venkat.
Oh, okay. Okay, fine. I have a quick question. So the planning view, right? How is it
Mhm.
different from planning book?
How is it different from planning book? Um, see,
Because
this is the. Sorry.
looking at the concept, data are
Mhm.
stored in live cache, and I extract those data into a planning book, and then I perform some operations, right?
Yes.
And I do whatever that is necessary for demand planning or supply
Mhm.
planning in the
Mhm.
different planning book. I perform
Mhm.
some action and then I again save it and it gets stored in live cache again.
Yes.
So I do similar kind of operation. So what is the significant difference between IBP planning view and then planning book?
Familiarity, and then ease of use, customizable to the core. The planner can customize it. It's not rocket science. Customizable. The usability, I would say, the way you disaggregate and aggregate, you bring different dimensions into your view. It's all easy, smooth, straightforward. And then Excel views, save it as an Excel sheet, share it to your other folks. A lot of other features you can create scenarios out of it. You can create 5 scenarios, like out of with this is a classic example, I would say. You're running your supply plan, you got some results, There are shortages. Now you can create multiple scenarios, but you don't want to save them. The first scenario is I'm increasing my capacity over time. Scenario one, create a scenario. These are not saved onto the database. Excel sheet, ad hoc, the data is on cache. Create a second scenario, go for external procurement. Create another scenario. That scenario will have different data, and all this data is on Excel sheet. You can share this Excel sheet to another guy, to your manager. Just go and click on share. He'll get a notification that there's a scenario that has been shared to him. He opens that scenario one. He sees a different data. Scenario two, another set of data. Then he can promote one scenario. So these things are, and the way we achieve them, they all are, smooth. And then Excel planning views. You can actually view your master data from here, kind of MM03. Open your product master data, see the data, and it's on Excel, rows and columns. And then also change your master data from Excel interface. View your key figure data from the backend. Again, save the data from your backend, and a lot of other features. So yes, the core, the philosophy is same. It's kind of planning book, but I would say, mm, eased out or advanced.
So what happens if any user deletes any row or column? Because
We can restrict
I'm
them.
just purely going with the okay. I'm
Yeah,
going
we
with
can
the
yes,
knowledge.
we can create 10 templates, and then we can assign it to like 10 users, and we can say that, okay, user one don't have a permission to edit anything, just a read only purpose, just open it and see it, and that's it. And then all these options also, you see, I just logged in, so
A
all
person
these
who has
options
access
got.
to delete, if they delete any of the row, will it
Uh-huh.
how will it transform into one system? By if anything gets deleted or lost, or the data is lost.
So yeah, see, first we can restrict the users on a key figure level. You have 500 key figures. You
Mhm.
can, for a particular user, we can restrict that all the 500 are read-only key figures.
Mhm.
Okay,
Oh,
and
okay.
also we can restrict the key figure at a planning level also. There are
Mhm.
10 customers, the forecast is there. He can see only one customer's forecast. So that is a level of granularity we can go deep inside, and then we can restrict on it.
That is at the
First, we
ethic
cannot.
level, right? But can you restrict that same amount of access restriction in Excel sheet as well?
Yes, Excel sheet also. So there are these different options, right? I mean, I would categorize them as planning view,
Mm-hmm.
data input. We can take off this data input. Data
Okay.
input is where you actually save data.
Mm-hmm.
The alerts, you can take this off. Master data, you can take this off. This is where you view your master data, you manage your master data. Take that off. And then we be discussing on day one also, like template admin is one. This is where the administrator should have, I mean, he can view all the templates that are already created. So if I click on this, I can see that these are the templates restricted, so that he cannot do. So yeah, planning views can be restricted. And so yeah, I mean, he can delete some rows as long as he's not saving them. The
Mm-hmm.
changes are being made locally. He
Mm-hmm.
has to do one thing to save the template onto the HANA database. Then only other person, if he's logging into that planning area, can see the updated changes.
Okay.
Okay.
So basically,
uh,
sorry,
yes, tell me.
I think somebody had a question. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I just wanted to just jump on a few questions, but I'm not sure where are we on this because this is my first session. Maybe you might have covered some of the basics already. Maybe I'll go over. So sorry for hijacking some of the things here. I just want
That's
to,
fine, that's
the
fine.
moment you touched on planning view, so I just have a few questions there.
Yeah,
Maybe.
we want the sessions to be as interactive as possible. Yes, thanks for that. And yeah, I mean, we didn't miss anything. So I mean, you didn't miss, not a big deal. So
Okay.
we so we placed the sessions in such a way that the first few days we are touching the end user related stuff,
Mhm.
like creating a web based alert, creating some analytics, etc. The sessions were recorded. You are free to view those sessions, and
Mhm.
come back with any questions. And if we will see, we'll try to adjust for and someday, or maybe a weekend or something, we'll try
Mhm.
to cover that again. So that this is just the day 3, and
Mhm.
then the actual core content hasn't started yet. Maybe from day 5 we are thinking to actually go with the configuration. So how to create an attribute, how to create a planning level, create a key figure calculation logics, various kinds of key figures, how to create operators, etc., etc. So yeah, it will start from not day 5. So yeah, we are on day 3, starting with the planning views.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. Thanks for that, sir.
Thanks. Thanks, Murali. So yeah, I mean, we can see all the options got highlighted here. Let's spend some time on the first option here. This is a planning view. You see there are 4 options here: new view, favorites, edit view, filter. 4 options. Let's see them. And then the first option is obviously disconnect and connect back. You know, you disconnect it and then you're gone. I mean, it becomes another simple Excel sheet. I mean, even now it's an Excel sheet, but yes, you lost the connection to the IBP system. Creating a new view, there are different options here. First is from template. That means you are opening the template, you're opening a view from already predefined templates that were already been configured. Second is without template on current sheet. Let's do this. There's no template. I'm fetching my data to the current sheet. I'll click on this.
Venkat, how did we navigate to that Excel screen from SAP? Is it that's how you open, or how do you navigate to that screen?
Once you log in into the IBP, there is a download Excel add-in. Download SAP IBP Excel add-in. It's a 30 MB file. It's an add-in, so download it. So after that, you know, you will have this data review view help. You will also have IBP in here.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
and then there would be login option. So click on that login. It will ask for the server link as the cloud server, HANA server, and
Mhm.
then a user ID and password. It also asks for the what planning area you want to log in. So
Mhm.
you specify the planning area, and then this gets activated, and then you know, you can start your Excel planning.
Okay.
Okay. So just happened. So yeah, clicking on new view without template on current sheet. So this is just open. Um, be it slow, boss. Yes. Thanks, David. Thanks for that. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take it slow. So these are all the different dimensions that we can configure our planning view. You can select on the scenarios, you can select on the versions here. It's a planning scope, and then you have all these 6 dimensions that you can model your planning view. First is a time dimension, planning levels, key figures, layout, filter, alerts. So now I'm creating a view. I want to view this view at monthly level, and I'll say starting from March 19 2019, and these are coming in from the time profile. The labels are coming from the time profile, the way you load your time profile. As of now they are loaded as year, then YY hyphen MMM. So that's why they are coming in like this. This is my time dimension. The level I'll view my I want to view it at a brand level, and then what else, like product, um, family. That's fine. What do you want? I want to view the, and you can see the most used thing is coming in. This is based upon the users usage history. So the most frequent ones are comes on the top. So we are touching a lot on the marketing forecast quantity and all this. That's why these are coming in. So I'm selecting marketing forecast quantity. The selection appears onto the right hand side here. Then you can also say sales forecast. You selected here, it comes in here, selected key figures, the right hand pan. You can delete if you don't want, and then you can adjust the sequence. You select on checkbox, you can see these options. You click on the top arrow, it appears on the top. So it's starting with the sales forecast and then the marketing forecast. There are other options like display planning notes. We'll see that in some time. This is where the planners can leave a note, and the note will be saved onto the HANA database. Target currency, then target unit of measure. So I'm viewing this at each's. What is a layout? The row axis will have the brand, product, family, key figure. Columns will have the time buckets. Hmm? Let's not touch this. We'll play with it. Come to the filters here. So you have attribute based filter, and then you have a value based filter. Attribute based filter, you can like for example, we checked on brand, right? So let me filter on the brand here. I'll click on this brand. I'll select this, and you have other not equal to, equal to. Let's select equal to here. Click on the values here. So all the existing brands are coming up here. Remember, we are into Samsung business, and then we are viewing doing all the planning for Samsung related products. And let's choose some brands. Choose Galaxy Note. mm, like choose some, doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm clicking on these three. So now I can add this attribute based filter so that I can reuse it across. I'm saying clicking on add.
So
So
Venkat,
there are
these
already,
values are preloaded, or how did we bring these values here?
yeah, so I mean, yes, we touched on this on day one. So the entire config is already done. I loaded all the master data, all the key figures are also loaded. I loaded. So now we're just touch basing on what if the entire data is already there.
Okay.
So from day 5, we'll start creating the new stuff, like create a custom master data and how we load some values in it, how we create a new key figure and how we load the data into the key figure and how the calculation logics will work, etc. But for now, let's assume that the data is already there. The master data is already there. Okay.
Okay.
So now I'm creating a filter, like let's keep it as day 3. So the filter has been added. You see day 3 here. Then if I click on the other digital watch, all the digital watch related products are coming in. D watch black, D watch or red, etc. are coming in. I'll go and switch between day 3. The brands are getting selected. This one. And then this is a value based filter. Value based filter means that you can filter on based on the key figure values. Another beautiful feature, I would say. So I'll go to the choose the time horizon month. So yeah, be it 45 minutes, doesn't matter. So now I'm picking up this marketing forecast. There are two key figures that are coming in. Why? Because initially you selected only two key figures, sales, marketing. So that's why they are coming in here. I choose a marketing and I'll say this is greater than 1000 in all periods, then only show me that values. Right? So you're getting the use case, right? I mean, if planner wants to really spend on exceptions or etc, so he can give a value based filter, not just an attribute based filter. And then final dimension are the alerts. There are no alerts that are configured on this, that's why alerts are not coming in. Okay, means the alerts read from the planning level selection. You have selected brand and product family. There are no alerts, key figure based alerts that are being configured on it. That's why they are not coming in. So as of now, there are some alerts. I mean, you can see it here. So there was one alert, capacity overload. So it is referencing capacity overload and a capacity overload alert threshold and capacity utilization. If you select any of these three key figures, the alert capacity overload will get activated here, and etc. There are other alerts for container load and safety stocks, etc, etc. So yeah, so let's not get into the alerts for now. So this is the selections that I've made. Now I click on and I also have to select the planning scope. So I'll say pick one, clicking on OK. Okay, definition is not complete, specify the alert or delete it. Okay, I think I clicked on add. So and deleting this, clicking on OK. No data found, maybe because of the value based filter that I have given. I'm going to the edit view here. I'll take off this filter. No. Or say none. because I'm not sure of how the data is there. I mean, what kind of values are actually there inside. So yeah, I mean, see the data is coming in, putting onto the Excel sheet. You click on this Galaxy Note. There is a APM formatting in the back end. There is a APM. It is reading it from the HANA database. The actual attribute name is brand. The value is Galaxy Note. Then you can see it here, and then there is none here because I think product family I haven't selected anything. That's why I haven't maintained anything. So I think only for Galaxy tabs I maintained something called as a tablets product family. That's why this is coming in here. And then the key figures that we have selected, and then the March values: April, May, June, July. So now I'll let's say, let me take off this dimension from it, take off the product family. As we have discussed, you can go to the edit view, go to the planning level dimension, take off the product family here, click on OK. It shows you like this. Now we also discussed we can do a quick edit. So for that you need to click on right click, quick edit planning views. You see all other Excel functions are still already there. I mean, they all are there. So click on edit planning view, and then you say add an attribute, not before, after. And now I'll bring the customer dimension into it. So now see the disaggregation has happened. So you can see the data that Galaxy Node, the disaggregation has happened on the fly. These are the different customers that are already there. You can see this data. And so now let's say that this is a report that you want to live with. I mean, this is the report that you want to open it every day. You are really interested in these brands, Note and Tab, and then a smartwatch. You're responsible as a planner. So now what you can do is, you'll just say that this is a brand, right? I'll just say that this is the brand, and then this is a customer, right? I'll say customer, and these are key figures, right? I'll say these are the key figures. Okay, I'm highlighting them, putting in bold, and giving some color. And then also let me I have an image for it. Okay, it's not getting. Then so you bought, I mean, you designed your planning view now without a template. You clicked on this without template on current sheet, and then you bring it on the way you want, and then you added some image, and then some did formatting, and then now you will go on to the templates here, click on the drop down, and say that I want to add this template. I'll say I add. Now it will ask you that what is the name of the template that you are giving, and then the folder that it has to get into. So I'll say that test demand added. So this was added. That's why the values are taken off. You need to click on refresh here. Every time you have to click on refresh so that the most recent values come from the HANA database onto this. So now what I'll do, I'll disconnect from here, and then I'll close it. Not saving it. I'll again relog in. So now whoever is logging into that planning area, they can see this. See, this is a connection that I've already made. So you can create the connections that you want. Click on edit, give a connection name, usually the planning area you give, and then you give the server link, and then you give the planning area, etc. We'll see that. But for now, let me log in and then show you the template that we have just created.
Sure.
So everything got activated. You click on new view here, and then from template, where's my test demand? The moment you selected on test demand, you see the combinations are getting highlighted here. I mean, they're reflecting here, the updated one. Time level is on month, and then planning levels, etc. Just open this. It is saying that the sheet 1 is not having a filter. This could lead to longer response time. Do you want to proceed? Yes. So yes, this is it. So again, you start with your this data here, and then and let me show you other options on the time dimensions here. Here you have selected 22 periods of the months. Let's just keep only till December. You add another period, and you say that I want to see the year also, and you say that I just want to see the year values 2019. You click on OK. So first it will complete these monthly dimensions, and then it starts with the year. So this is an aggregated view. So this way you can bring upon multiple time dimensions onto one single view, and then you can view the data. So now this is how you create your a simple this thing. So now you can also create multiple tabs into it. So now what you'll do is you create on this, you say copy current sheet. So that means you're copying the current sheet. So this is the current sheet. So now here you say this is a SKU level demand, and then this is the brand level demand. Okay. So now you go here into the SKU demand worksheet, and then you say instead of brands, let me bring up on my products. I'll click on quick edit view. I want to add an attribute, and remember all these attributes are part of the master data called as a product master data. And then the root of that product master data is a product ID. So there are individual SKUs, and then I have also maintained a product hierarchy inside the product master data. The attributes are standard. The attributes like brand ID, product family, product subfamily, product group, etc., etc. So, and you can also create custom attributes. So in my projects, all my 3 implementations, we always create uh, minimum of 5 custom attributes inside the product master data, because everyone is interested to view the data in a different particular level, and then that makes us to come up with the different custom attributes. Then we have to map them with the S4 system, so that it is a S4 material master that populates these values. But yeah, now I'm creating another attribute here. I'm saying I want to see the product ID here. So now you see all this got messed up, right? So now this no longer becomes a customer. This is a product ID. So under the Galaxy Note, there are Galaxy N10B, and then Galaxy N9B, and then Galaxy N9G. There are different products inside it. So now I'll call this as and then yeah, I mean, when you're viewing it, so if you want to view it from a customer viewpoint, from a customer perspective. So you don't want to view it from a brand level. So if you want to view it from the customer level, so what you will do is you click on edit view, and you say that move attribute to the first place. So that's how you are creating your hierarchy inside your planning view. So this is one shortcut. And then the usual thing is click on edit view, and then go to the planning level here, bring the customer dimension onto the top, and then click on OK. It says that there is no filter, so it is taking a lot of it might take a lot of time. That's fine, we are dealing with limited time here. So now you see the first take of this brand, it will confuse. So now you see the Amazon is starting first, and inside the Amazon there are these 3 brands that you're doing business with. I mean, there are 4, I think. I mean, there are so many: smartwatch, S series, M series, digital watch, Galaxy Note. And then inside the Galaxy Note, there are these SKUs that are there. Inside tabs, there are these 3 SKUs that are there, and so on and so forth. So
It's
test by
pretty much like the filter what we have in planning book, right? Where we do some filter by plant or by product. and we do use it for drill down or drill up. It looks like it's pretty much same. I'm just comparing with APO.
Yes, yes, but here, I mean, I'm coming up with the hierarchy, and the ease of, maintaining it. So
Right.
you put it on Amazon, and then the data gets aggregated accordingly. So that's what I'm trying to say. So yes, so now
Mm.
it becomes a customer ID here, and then now this is a brand ID, and then this becomes a product ID, and then these are the key figures. If you don't save it, if you open the my demand again, it will display the previous changes that you have saved. So now you have to update it back. Click on templates and click on update, and then you update this. When you open it for second time, you'll see it. So if you don't wanted to see all these brands, easy. We have seen this first day. Click on right click, quick edit view. There are all these options that are available. Filter on this attribute. It displays all the brands that are already there inside your planning area. Just check Galaxy Note. It filtered on Galaxy Note itself. Now you can see the Best Buy and Galaxy Note, and then now you can give it a name that skew demand for just the G Note, and then you can save this. So this is one way where you open your create your own planning view from scratch, or you can open it from a template. I mean from the SAP given template. So that I'll open. So marketing forecast. Okay, this is the SAP given template. So when you log into the IBP, you can download, or there are like some 10 templates that are there. You can download those templates, and then you can start editing them, and then you can create your own templates out of it. Right, so this is the template that I have taken from the SAP thing. So here you can see that there is a data visualization here, and then we have the filtering options. You can create multiple charts, and then this is where your planning level combinations are selected, and this is where you actually view your data. And then you can see the formatting is already been there, and then it is all EPM formatting stuff. So if you want to, I mean, we'll deal the EPM formatting not today, tomorrow. So if you want to see the formattings that this report has been reading on, click on edit view, click on view formats. So basically that would be hidden EPM formatting. So it is taking a lot of formatting in from here, right? So click on the view formats again, it will be hidden here. So now, like a simple Excel sheet, you click on this and change the chart type, and then choose just the lines here, and then this would change. Choose the colors that you want. So, and then just save it back. You have to save it back. I mean, you have to update it back. Then only all the changes would be saved onto the cloud system, and then you can reopen it later on. So you can minimize this, the top section here. There is a minimize option. You click on this, it would get just minimized here. Okay, so now let me show you something here. Just want to show you the drill downs in here.
Brigade, can more than one person edit at the same time? Maybe not the same data, or at least a different data.
Yes, we can do that, and the performance would still be good.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a slide, I think I have mentioned it here. So yeah, so there are two drill downs are available. First is a planning level edits are there. So I mean, if you click on this section, you can If you click on this section, you can edit your planning view dimensions, bring on product ID or bring on customer ID, customer group, channel, etc., etc. And here you can actually drill down on the planning data. Okay, so let's see how we'll do the drill down on the planning data here. So now this is an aggregated view, which is Amazon, and then you can see here 34,824 is my marketing forecast for the week of 18 of 2019. I'll do right click here, and I'll say drill down. I'll drill down by attribute. Now I want to see by brand level. Inside Amazon, I want to see the brand's marketing forecast. So now that 15,000, like whatever the value is there, it is just got drilled down to different brands that are available for that Amazon itself. Now if I choose the digital watch, this 3,644, I'll click on this, and then I'll go further drill down. I'll say by attribute. I'll say I want to view my individual SKUs that are available inside the brand of digital watch. Now you see it got further drilled down here. So Samsung digital watch, there are 4 watches, and you can see the marketing forecast like this. Smartwatch 2.0 has a highest forecast, and then the other digital watches are having less forecast. So this is how you can drill down and drill it back, etc. So now if you want to come back to to the previous level, you can say that back. It will now bring you back at the brand level. If you click on initial view, it will take you to the customer ID level, which was your initial view. So if we click on initial view, it will take me to the initial view here. So now let's see how, so few things that I want to highlight here. So how you do it, first you have to select an attribute, same like in the planning view edits also, right? So you click on something here, and then you do a right click, and then you're saying I'm editing my planning view, and then I'm saying that I'm adding an attribute before or after, or I'm deleting this attribute, and then or maybe I'm moving it to the first place so that I can come up with a different hierarchy I want. Then I can also filter on this. So for all these options, you have to do a right click. You have to click on a cell, do a right click. Same also here. You click on a cell and then do a right click and then bring out the drill downs here. So the important thing that's happening is key figure values broken down by the values of the attribute. I have seen the customer key figure values. I've drilled down at the brand level. That aggregated value just got broken down, and then it showed the brand level values. And then another key thing that I want to highlight here is values gets displayed only for the planning object which you have initiated the drill down. For example, you have seen that I have selected on Amazon, and then when I'm drilling down, it is only displaying the Amazon's data. If I click on eBay here, there's a huge forecast 1 lakh. So I'll click on edit drill down. I'll say by attribute, and I'll say that brand. You can see that all other customer IDs are going out. Only eBay is remaining. And if I click on smart watch here, and if I further drill down, all other brands are vanished away. They get vanished. Okay. So yeah, there are 2 options here: go 1 step back or go back to the initial view. So just you can go yeah, as detailed as possible, and then you can come back a step by step, or you can come back at the initial level itself, right? So these are the drill down options that are there. Okay, now you can make this as a favorite. Just open this and then you create as a favorite. You add this and then you update, you delete, and you can share this favorite to another user. So you bring your data in a particular planning levels, and then in a particular format that you want. You start your planning, and then you want to share the results. You can share your favorite to another person so that he will be notified and he can view the data that he wants to see. Okay, and then edit view is here.
Venkat, this Excel is literally sitting on the SAP cloud, is it? Because It's not,
It
doesn't
is
look.
fetching the data from cloud.
It is fetching the data from cloud. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
do you need to do any configuration to fetch it, or it just integrated by default?
by default, the only the configuration that we did is by establishing a connection.
Mm-hmm.
You remember when I'm logging in, it asks for a particular connection. The
Mm-hmm.
connection will have these details in the backend, the planning area, and then the cloud server link. It will
Mm-hmm.
obviously ask for a user ID and passwords in the
Mm-hmm.
backend, and then it gets saved. The details would be in the cache, and then you just click on login, and then it brings the data from the backend.
So basically, they transform the planning book into an Excel, and then the front end is changed basically to an
And
Excel.
then also with whole lot of other options.
Other product, yeah, that I get it. Yeah, I see a lot of
Yeah.
uh, flexibility here compared to SAP API.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
So and then let me add another attribute after this, just to show you another thing. So there is a funnel here. You see, this is filtering again. So you remember we created a filter in the backend, day 3. Click on day 3 here. It just automatically filters down. So yeah, the slicing and dicing can happen perfectly. So you see the filtering is happening based on the selections that I made. So this is all related to the planning view. So now get into the data input. So now I'm saving data for here like week 18. I'll say that this is 11111, and then you can see the color got changed to the blue. That means there is a change here. And then if I click on refresh, it would be as I told that it gives a warning that okay, you made a change but you didn't saved it. If you click on refresh, the changes would get lost, because when you're pressing a refresh, that means you're saying it to the system that fetch the most recent values from the cloud system. Click on S, that 111 would get lost. It is the 5600. So now I'll say 11111. Now I'll click on save data here. You see, this is what I press. Save key figure changes to the database. Click on save. Now it will give you a summary that planning view details, cells changed, one cell has been changed here. It will ask you for a reason code that why you are changing this. Yeah, I need to give a change, and I'll say that ad hoc customer input. Yeah, I'll say customer input. So received an input from demand team adjusting week 18 of 2019, something like that. And now I can share it to a jam group. As of now, jam is not there on my system. Jam is a social media for an enterprise. We talked about it. So it's kind of a Facebook for the enterprise. If you're implementing Jam also for Samsung, so if there are 50 employees inside Samsung, all the IBP planners, all 50 will have 50 different accounts. They can create a group, for example, marketing group. There could be 5 people inside that group. Now I can change. I mean, I can share this comment, or I can share my whatever thing that I'm doing inside that group. Jam is on cloud. It's accessible through obviously web user interface. They'll get a notification that okay, so and so guy is doing something on the customer Amazon for this product ID called Galaxy 910B on this particular time bucket called week 18. So it would be posted on the Jam group. It's kind of a yammer, but only thing is that it can talk to the IBP system. And Jam is also available for S4 HANA, for C4C, for Ariba, etc. So I mean, Jam is there. I mean, it's a centralized, social media for an enterprise kind of a tool. The only beauty is that the SAP systems can post data onto the Jam group. That way, you can record the decisions, right? So yeah, I'm just giving a comment here, sharing. Not configured. That's why the groups are not coming in here. But, that doesn't matter. So I'm clicking on save here. Now it gives me it also gives me a further summary that whether it got saved or not. Okay, it didn't saved. It is showing 5600. 1 second. It should show me a error message that this couldn't be saved because of interesting. It should show me a message saying that this is I think this is an uneditable key figure, so that's why I couldn't able to make any changes. Interesting. Why this is not giving me a message? Okay, let me dig on that. But yeah, usually what happens is it gives a summary that okay, got saved or not. Let me show you the master data here. See master data here
Where do you define whether it is editable or not editable? Is it
in the configuration itself.
configurative? Okay.
Yes, in the configuration, you in the planning area configuration, there are different dimensions of your planning area, attributes, master data, time profiles, planning levels, versions, and key figures. So inside the key figure, I'll click on key figure here. I'll go to my planning area. So I'll pick up my planning area. This is test config. So this is marketing. Click so on to the left hand side. You know there are 501 key figures inside this planning area. I'm clicking on marketing forecast. So so this is marketing forecast, and this is where edit allowed. But this is editable. It is saying that edit in the current or future. Hmm. So this is editable, but it is also a calculated key figure. There is a logic beneath it, but yeah, I mean, I'll look onto it. So let's not get stuck in here. There is a logic also here. That means it is first looking for marketing forecast. If it is null, then it has to read the sales manager forecast. If it is not null, then it can view the marketing forecast. I can also change it to the formula view, and oh boom, there's a big formula behind it. So this is where let me zoom this out or maybe maximize this. So yeah, this is where our marketing forecast is there. It's kind of a tree diagram, and how the values are getting populated. Sales
Who writes
forecast.
this logic? Is it the functional team or how will
Yeah,
we?
functional team.
Okay.
We have to write the logic.
So okay, we have to know this all the function modules and things like that because max and those things. Or is there any drop down or drag and drop functionality that we can use?
I didn't get your question.
So is there any drag and drop option that where we can just do it, or do I need to write it from the scratch if we want to write it?
From the scratch, you have to click on this star, create new, come up with the key figure. You also have to specify whether it's a key figure, whether it's a helper key figure, whether it's an attribute transformation. Give an ID, a technical ID, and then you have to specify what is the level, at what level you are creating this key figure. If it is a brand level key figure, you will create it at a brand customer, or it is a brand customer group, or and anything else. I mean, it depends upon the requirement that is there, the level at which the planners wants to view the data and plan the data. Create that, and you have to specify all this other stuff. What is aggregation mode? What is a period weight factor? A lot of other stuff, like whether it's a snapshot key figure, whether it's a stored or edit allowed, fixing, planning nodes, input to supply planning, input to for a lot of other stuff. So you have to specify all that. If there is a calculation logic, you also have to specify what is a logic to it, and you do all that, and then you activate your planning area. System checks for the integrity of the logic that you have written and its dependency on other key figures. If it is all cool, it activates. You can start playing with that key figure. But if there's anything wrong with it, it will throw you a error message. And if it is a calculation logic that we have written, there is a something here like validate the logic here. So you can validate locally the expression that you have written. If there are any standard like the formatting or syntax issues are there, it will highlight that. But more from a planning area perspective, that if it all the integrity of that key figure and the planning level, it checks in the backend during the activation. It might throw a message, error message, fail, or
So
success message.
is it similar to macros?
But more advanced, much advanced, I would say. So here you can write like crazy calculations that you want. So obviously depending on the requirement, not just macro. So I mean, you can do a lot other stuff with this. So
Okay.
So yeah, I mean the editability is coming from the core configuration that you come up with, and then but yeah, let me look on it, like why it is not getting saved, or maybe it's yeah. So yeah, I'm showing you something, right? A master data. So click, this is a master data section you see here. If you want to view data by data, you click on manage here, click on single. What is the data type that you want to see? A pop-up appears here. You say that master data type is my product master data. It displays all the attributes that are there inside that product master data: ABC code, ABC description, ABC logged, base unit of measure, etc. I'll click on this. I'll pick up the like I'll say like DB. I'll click on this binoculars. It will display the master data. Galaxy DB. It's the brand ID is a Samsung digital watch. Base unit of measure is EA. Category is smartwatches. Product description is a digital watch, white, and another things. So this is one way. This is viewing your master data, step by step. If you want to view it in the mass, so click on this option that is called as a master data workbook, and then this is a filter. Remember the filter that we created? I can click on day 3 here, so it will show me that whatever the day 3 has, it has the 3 brands: Galaxy Note, Galaxy Tabs, and something. So I click on the product here. This is what I want to see. I want to see the product master data. I'll click on this new workbook. I also want to see the customer product master data. That means the products that are assigned or extended to the particular customers. I'll click on this. So it displays me the products here, N10 and 10, all this: Galaxy Note, Samsung smartwatch, Galaxy Tabs, and then you click on customer product here. It shows that there's a different customers that are like eBay. You can see other attributes also in here. Thing. So yeah, what I'm trying to show you here is like, let me open this edit view. So it gives me a like proper error message. So I'll say, like, for example here, if I say Amazon, and if I say Samsung, what do you say, wristwatch 2.0, see save options is coming in, but whereas here you won't get the save, because you haven't opened it in the edit mode. And we can restrict whom to get the edit mode. Usually in projects, I think only one person will have the edit mode, with edit mode for the master data, right? Because we don't want the planners to edit the master data, right? So, and yeah, even if we edit, there will be application logs. We can track it back, that who did changes of what, and the timestamp and other stuff. So I'm clicking on save here. It gives me a wrong message that the value Amazon is identical to the except for lower and uppercase. So enter the value using the same case. Okay, I'll say this is Amazon. There is save changes. Again, it throws me an error message saying that there is no such thing as a Samsung wristwatch 2.0 under the product ID, under the product master data. This is a message that I'm trying to show you guys. Your changes have been processed. Total number of records 1. Number of changed records 0. Nothing got changed. Number of rejected records 1. Would you like to download the master data change report? Do not download the report. Download error report. I'll click on OK. It downloads another CSV file, and there you'll see that these are the timestamps. And then it says that check the matching value exists in the object product ID. The product ID you maintain here is like the values are not existing. So this kind of error message will get when we are changing the key figure data or other stuff. So and yeah, this is where you also open your master data, and then you click on master data workbook here, and then you click on the location product also. And now you can make this as your favorite. So I'll say I'm creating my a favorite here. I'll say my just give something. So my demand master data. So this gets saved. And then if you want to view your master data again and again, you can just go and click on inside this master data, click on this favorite and you say demand master data. It just brings you all the master data that are there. And you see whenever I, sorry.
Is it a case sensitive? Because like, it throw an error when we try to add
Yes,
IML.
yes. It's a case sensitive, especially for the for the key attributes. You see, only these two are in the orange color. That means they are the key.
Okay, primary key.
Every
Okay.
yes, primary key. So yeah, I mean, the master data will not exist if you don't have a key value for attribute. But others you don't have to maintain. For example, you see market family, nothing I have maintained. Market segment, shelf life, etc. There's nothing is there.
And
So
it cannot be null as well. So it should have some value.
yes, exactly. And
Okay.
you see, if I'm clicking on location product, it is trying to fetch the data from the backend. It's not like it could just go download and it is showing that Excel sheet. It's not like that. If you're opening it and it is fetching the updated values from the backend.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about it. And then there are a lot of other options. We'll see tomorrow on this how to create a scenario, how to deal with the versions, other options, and I also want to show you guys one thing. So what is it saying? It is saying sales manager forecast quantity, right? So there is an option called simulate here. The simulate is, you see that the description will say everything. Execute a recalculation and see how the key figure changes. The selected planning algorithms affect the related plans without permanently saving the changes. So that's a highlight here. So sorry for that. So yeah, you want to run your forecasting again, you change a particular value. I'm changing my promotion data. I'll go and simulate, I'll just simulate my forecasting algorithm. I'll get different results. The results are not saved onto the database, so you're just simulating it, till you get your desired result. It's kind of a what if scenarios, right? I mean, what if analysis. What if I increase my capacity? I'll rerun the supply planning algorithm again. I'll get a different production plan, different demand fulfillments. I'll change my alpha value. I'll simulate my forecasting algorithm. I'll get a different value. So that's how you achieve your what if scenarios analysis. And this is what SAP highly boasts about this IBP, and this is what planners will dig in. So the planners go crazy when you say this what if and what if scenarios. So imagine there is a complex key figure logic, which comes up with your consensus demand revenue, and there are so many other it comes up with a calculation based on your marketing forecast, sum it up with sales forecast, and do a subtraction with other forecasts. You multiply with your unit price, you come up with some revenue, and then you subtract something. There are all these 5 different key figures that are getting involved. You change one key figure, simulate it, you get a different revenue results, right? So that is a what if analysis. So yeah, and then
Can
the
we say
refresh is there.
business can run their own forecasting? Because if we look at APO world, we
Hmm.
always run a bad job with a different forecasting model. With the,
Yeah.
even if we say we have to change the data again, somebody has to run the data, right? Because business doesn't know how to run that forecasting. So
No, but
now,
here they made it very very smooth. They can create the profiles. You'll see it
okay,
once we get in there. So they can
mhm,
create the profile. So easy.
okay.
It's a web-based interface. Like what else we can expect? So
Okay.
it's just a
The
click click
business
click. I
never
mean,
looks like.
yeah, just click on create here, and then you know it's so simple. Um, yeah, we have a dedicated day coming in, but yeah, I mean, there are the configuration is a big deal here. Apart from that, everything else is like so smooth. Create a model name, at what level you want to run it, go to the forecasting steps, select the input key figure for the forecasting. I would say my actuals quantity, which is like actual stock transfer is my input. Then my target is like statistical. Come on. yeah, like whatever you choose your key figure and then click on algorithm here, and then it just displays all the algorithm, single exponential, multi exponential. Click on like double
Oh,
exponential smoothing, it just gives you alpha value, beta value. Just save it, this
oh,
gets done, and then assign it to your planning area and then start running it. Come here, then click on run here, and then click on where is the forecast, statistical forecasting, the model that you have configured there. It comes in here, you choose your week, and then you see this is a triple exponential smoothing. Run it, it just gets scheduled. Click on this ES and then click on next, it gets scheduled. You give a reason that I'm running my forecasting to verify the Amazon customer, blah blah blah. Click on run, it just gets scheduled. Then click on status here, and then check the status for statistical forecasting, and then view the status of it, whether it is successful or not. These are all the timestamps, and status is finished, and then this is a business log. You can open the log and see how many this forecasting algorithm has selected and what are the results, etc., etc. And then refresh, see the results. So yeah, they made it so easy. I mean, that this is what we're discussing on day
yeah.
one, that SAP is empowering the end users and
Mhm.
giving a lot of control on them, and then also focusing more on the customizable part and then the reusable part. So that this is where, I mean, in all other technologies also, this is a trend that we are seeing, and it's kind of
Yeah.
a drag and drop, make it on your own, build your own world kind of a thing. So but yeah, they can do all this if the platform is ready, if the
Right.
planning area is ready, if the time profile, the key figures, their planning levels, and then the logics behind it, etc., they have to be ready. Forecasting is similar, quite simple, even though there are other things like new product introduction, life cycle planning, data realignment. They all are, they all are not that easy. I mean, they are like, I mean, if they put enough interest onto it, they will learn it. But whereas supply is a tricky part, supply planners really need the consultant's help to
Mhm.
analyze the first, to come up with the optimizer profiles or heuristics, and to analyze
Mhm.
the results. So demand is comparatively easy, and then um,
How about CVC realignment? I mean, NPA is one thing, and like modeling is one thing, and then how about
yeah, here we don't have a CVC concept. Here we have the planning, planning, I'll say like planning objects.
mhm.
So, and then there's no MPOS or nothing. So here every key figure will have a planning level. The planning level decides the MPOS kind of a thing. But I mean, we shouldn't use the MPOS terminology. We'll see it. It's kind of a tricky thing, and this is what puts the end users kind of, still it's kind of rocket science for them. But yeah,
Right.
so yeah, so what we have seen here, and then I just want to highlight on another thing also here. Just want to give you guys more, talking about the local key figures. Okay, um, when I say key figure is a configurable element, and key figure gets a lot of other stuff to it. I mean, there are a lot of other stuff that we have to map it to a key figure, planning level, disaggregation, this and that, so many things, and there has to be logic. Need not be that every key figure should have a logic, I mean calculation logic. Some could be just a stored key figure that S4 is feeding the values onto this, or maybe some algorithm generate the values for it, etc., etc. But there are other key figures, kind of a local member key figures, local member key figure, or just local to the um, auxiliary key figures. Yes, we have auxiliary key figures, and then we have like other key figures also. We'll see that when we actually start with our model configuration, when we configure the entire model itself. So here we're talking more from an Excel planning view perspective, so I just want to cover as much topics as possible inside this planning view. So here the we can create a local member, and the local member is a user made key figure, and then it calculates based on the values that are there on the current report. Okay, so I'll show it to you guys. So let's say that the user wants to see the final forecast is a summation of marketing and sales forecast, right? So he wants to see that key figure, and then it's just a local key figure. I mean, that key figure is only restricted for him. I mean to say that is restricted only to this planning view. Even if you go to this other view, you will not see that key figure. So it is just for his reporting purposes. He just wants to see the this is another sheet, guys. I mean, this is sales history. So let's come here. So now I'm creating a planning a local member. So I'll go first. You have to tell it to the system that I am playing with local key figures. Please activate it. Go to the edit view here, click on sheet options. You see here the help is saying that change formatting and local member settings for the current worksheet. This is for the current worksheet. Click on sheet options, activate local member recognition. That means system try to read it. So clicking on OK. Okay, it got refreshed. Now system is ready if you want to create a local member. So I'll do one thing. So my local member has to be sum of marketing forecast, sales forecast. So I want that key figure to appear after this, after the customer Amazon, after the product ID Galaxy N10B. I want the key figure has to come here. I'll click on right click, insert. A new row has been created. Now I'll give a value like my final forecast. Okay, now I'll write a calculation, simple Excel based calculation is equal to K5, cell K5 plus K6. I'll click on enter. You see now something is happening. It's just refreshing. Boom. See here, the my final forecast is being extended to all existing planning combinations. Amazon Galaxy N10B, there is my final forecast. Galaxy N9B, there's my final forecast, and it so on, like till the end of the planning combinations that are already there in here. So, and then here you can see the summation is 935, and also this has been spread across 000. Here it is just 360 because there is no forecast. So, so, so the formula gets replicated across your current worksheet based on the simple Excel logic that we have given here. And then you just save it, and then this gets saved onto the HANA database. I mean, you open it, you always see your local member calculation also. So any logics, any calculations that you want to do it locally, you can come and put it up here. So, and then it also the formatting is reading from EPM formatting. You can see here the cell is grayed out, and then even the values are almost like kind of a light grayed out. You can change the formatting and everything. So we'll see tomorrow how to do all that stuff. And the EPM is a kind of a you know uh, big deal. So it comes up with all the different formattings. So I myself have created so many EPM formattings, like conditional formattings, all sorts of Excel formattings that you can do. So yeah, this is this thing. And if you don't want your local member, you just go and click on take this off. Yeah, I think I need to take off that my final forecast. You see, it is displaying the local member that we have created here. Edit view, sheet options, my final forecast, delete local member. So it is gone. Now see, the key figure is a configurable element. It's a planning area entity. We have seen that this key figure, you can use it in the front end user interface, like web interface. You can go and use that key figure to plot analytics. You can use that key figure for some alerts, custom alerts, and then you can load data into it. You can integrate that key figure with other systems, etc., etc. But whereas local member, it is just local to this worksheet itself, not even to the planning view, just to the worksheet. So if you try to view your my local final forecast, it is not visible anywhere. So it is just here.
Can we transform that values into an actual planning book as well from here?
Means transform means I didn't understand.
So no, you created it here. It's local to this spreadsheet, but I kind of finalized that okay, that's my result. That's my expected result. So is there a way that I can move that value to planning book with that new key figure value, or is there how do you want to transform that into an
It is,
database?
I mean, it is just a reporting related stuff. I mean, you cannot use that anywhere. It is just local
Anyway,
here.
I cannot
If
transfer it.
you Yes, yes. If you want the summation to be your final forecast, create a new key figure. As we have seen that they create a new key figure, create a level, and then write the logic, and then that way the values get stored, and anyone can view that key figure values. All the planners who can access that planning area, they can view that my final, and then you can also send that to another system, maybe a PPDS system for MRP run, like whatever, or maybe plot analytics onto that on the front end user interface, and then alerts and etc etc. So that becomes, I mean, if that is a real requirement, if all the planners want to view that data, we should better go as a standard key figure, not as a local member. Local member is just for local calculations, I mean, just to view and then take some decisions.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And also the local members also takes the simulations, I think. Let me see whether it's activated or not. Yeah, activate this. I'm activating, clicking on insert. I'll say my local final forecast. This is sum of this plus this. Now if I change 111 here, the values get changed. Yeah, because it's just Excel formula, right? Yeah, I mean, nothing new, but just want to show you that the local members, the values will always change based on its source key figures. Yeah. See the what is it? So how to activate? First, you activate the settings. Activate local member recognition in the options, and next you create insert a row, insert a name, insert a formula for a cell, and then that's it. And just click on enter. System will do the local member replication across the planning objects, and you can visualize the local member along with other key figures. For example, here. So, and then you can delete the local member. We have seen that. So let me take off the other stuff. Like you can visualize it here. So only my final forecast is there, and then you see filtering on Galaxy and 10B. So this is a filter option. We can filter it down. So let me change the chart type. The lines are kind of confusing. Let's put it to the column. So is there anything else? Let me filter this down. Okay, filter on Amazon. Filter on the Galaxy N10B. So now you see this 22,000, you can see it here. So I mean to say that you can visualize your local member key figure also. Okay. So yeah, so that's all folks today. So yeah, what we have seen today, just a recap. So we have seen we created one planning view from the scratch, right? Spelling is wrong, don't worry about it. So gave the definition of the planning view, all the dimensions, time dimension, planning levels, key figures, filters, etc. And then we also added some images, Samsung image we did some local formatting also, and then we saved that worksheet as a template.
Venkat, I need to drop off. Probably
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
catch.
sure. Yeah, sure. Second thing is, like, we created I mean, we from the existing templates we have created another one, right? And then again we did a lot of changes, and then we saved it. Third thing is, we have seen various options. First is the drill downs we have seen, um, and then creating a filter we have seen, and then we have seen the master data's workbook, how we can view, etc. And fourth, we have seen the local member, and then how to activate local member, how to come up with the logic, how to visualize the local member, and then how to deselect the local member. And there are a lot of other options, guys, so we have to go step by step. We'll see the scenarios and other stuff. So So that's all for today. Any doubts?
It's almost like they made like a BPC kind of a merged in the
Yes.
creating a planning view and selecting a key a characteristics key figure. So earlier it was
Yeah,
a
but
single key figure, which is a key figure model. Sorry, which is an account model earlier. Now they change it to the key figure model, so you can have
yes,
multiple key
key figure,
figures.
and then key figure has some planning level to it. So it is reading from the configure, the way the configuration is being done, and the key figure can have edit options. And there are other stuff like planning nodes that I haven't showed you guys. There are different things. But yeah, I mean the underlying philosophy is the same. Yes, utilize the EPM formatting on the Excel interface, bring the data from the cloud, display it on the Excel interfaces.
Yeah, I see the formulas also as a EPM
Yes.
EPM member often.
Yes, yes. But there are
This
other options like scenarios and versions. I haven't gone in there. The tasks,
okay.
etc. They are like kind of exclusive things to the IBP. Like you can come up
Yeah,
with some tasks, etc.
yeah. The only one thing is like I'm still unable to picture. I think maybe the next 3 4. I think next week. I think I might get some little bit idea about the data because of normally like in the BPC. So you are having same planning views, right? Like suppose you have a say like forecast. You have a project forecast and other things.
Hmm.
But the characteristics and key figures are whatever you selected. You have only 10 or 15, 10 characteristics and only one key figure. So here we have
Thousand,
everything. So the data is like
thousand. Yes.
thousands, like with by the by the customer level, by the brand, by the material, and multiple key figures. So to fit everything into that, like how do you put it into the one model?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's
So
you're talking about the model configuration. So it's a step-by-step thing. First,
yeah,
we
step by step.
get
Yeah,
attributes
definitely get
like
into.
brand, product family, product group, etc. Assign all to a master data called product master data. Now assign these master datas, different master datas to one particular planning level. So that's why if you see marketing forecast, I'm viewing both at a product dimension, like ID, product ID, brand ID, product family, and also I'm viewing at a customer ID dimension. And whichever I'm selecting, system is doing auto aggregation, auto disaggregation in the backend, right? Whatever
That's
drill
correct.
downs, whatever this thing.
Mhm.
So that is because that key figure, marketing forecast quantity, is been configured at a particular level, and that level constitutes of these master datas like product master data, customer master data, and inside that master data there are these attributes like brand ID, etc. And because of that configuration we can play around with the
You can
brand
play
ID
around.
dimension.
Otherwise,
Exactly.
yeah, otherwise you don't get the data. So
Yes,
you
yes,
get that
exactly.
empty for that level. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So if like for example, there is this custom requirement I have worked on. So there are these called as stock IDs. A SKU is one. A group of SKUs will be clubbed and formed as a stock ID. For example, here there is N10 Note 10 series, N10B black, N10W white, N10G gray. There are three product IDs. The three are clubbed and formed as something called as a stock ID. That's called as N10 itself. I mean, there you don't get into the color level. It's just something. So stock ID is another dimension where the planner wants to plan it, and that is not a standard in
Yeah.
IBP. But in S4, they have created something called as a stock ID, and then they're saying like, okay, in S4 we can do all the stock transfers, etc., are happening at a stock ID level, but in IBP we're going at SKU level. But I also want to view my data at stock ID level. So now we have to first create a custom attribute called as a Z stock ID, specify it's a data type, assign it to the product master data, assign it to the planning levels, map it to the key figures, and once you do all that stuff, once you activate, if ever the config is right, then after activation you can actually view your marketing forecast at a stock ID level. So
But stock. Yeah.
yeah, so that is a configuration. Yes, we have to go there, and it's a big deal. I think we will almost spend 1 week on the entire configuration itself.
Okay.
So and the
Yeah.
configuration is
That's
the
where
crux.
somewhere I'm because of I came from a BW background with a little bit
Hmm.
of BPC, not too much on the BPC, but I've been
Okay.
in the BW and area. All I was looking at the how the data is coming up.
Yeah. And who's this, sir? I mean, may I know your name?
Madhu. Madhu.
Hey Madhu, yeah, thanks for that. And Madhu, like as I told you that I didn't start with the toughest topics first, right? Because the moment I start with creating the config, the model itself, it kind of because I'm experienced. I mean, I delivered almost 8 9 batches and also corporate trainings, so they all go kind of crazy and etc. So because I went with an assumption that the model is already there,
That, yeah,
the data
understand.
is already there. So once the model is, the data is there, how you can plan and how easy it is, how flexible it is, and kind of how fancy it is and how kind of colorful it is. So that's why I'm started with analytics, charts, alerts, planning view, etc. So but I have taken it for granted that the model is there already, the marketing forecast is
Yeah, and
there.
like after your final class, I think you may, if you take a control tower one more time, I think that may be easy to understand now, like what we configured and what
Hmm.
we are seeing it.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, yes, yes.
got it.
Yeah, that's how we'll go. We'll also create some custom master data also. Like for example, there is no such thing as a container. Let's say that I want to do some container planning. How many containers are moving between my DC and to my warehouse? 10 containers. Every container, how much of capacity it is? A small container, big container, extra large container. Large container can take 1,000 units. So these are all like custom use cases that I have seen in my projects. So I'll come up with the use cases. So now we'll see how to do a container level planning. I want to see 10 containers have moved, 1,000 units have moved. So to come up with that key figure, what master data I have to create first? Container master data, what attributes it should have, and we will do all that. Once you have all that, then as you rightly mentioned, we'll go to the control tower, we'll plot beautiful charts and then alerts and etc, that how many my containers have moved and etc etc.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Madhu. We'll need time process info. Yes, yes, funny. Yes, obviously the overwhelming things. Sessions are recorded, and I'll also share the course handout, SAP's course handout. Whatever I have explained, it is also there. Click level, click this, you'll see this, etc. But the configuration is tricky part. SAP will not give that much detail of how to create a master data, how to fix the issues, what errors will come in when you write a key figure calculation. These are all like, these are fine, like these are end user stuff. So creating a views and
Are you
creating
sending the
analytics.
course handout, Venkat?
No, not yet. So once I think that would be decided by the team. I think once the payments have been made, etc, then I think
Fine,
they
fine.
will find a way to share the content, because that's a SAP sensitive content, right? So yeah, and we need to pay lakhs to get that content. It's a 40 MB file, 1,000 page documents. Yeah.
And one question, Venkat, like, is the classes going to be only Monday to Friday, right? Not on a
Yeah,
Saturdays and Sundays.
not on Sundays, but depends upon the batch size. I think the management will come up with a plan. They'll share you guys. We just started. This is just third day. Depending on the
Yeah.
this thing, we'll also stretch it on weekends. We'll see it. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of Saturdays, Sundays, like, may not available. So that's the, reason. I just want to
Sure.
find out. Okay, thanks.
Sure. Yes. So thanks all. Thanks for joining. I hope you guys have learned something today. Have a good day. Yeah. Thanks.